Chrono Trigger. The plot of the game follows a group of young adventurers in AD 1000, who were mistakenly sent to the past AD 600, and then to AD 2300, where they find out that the world is likely to be destroyed by an evil creature named Lavos. The story begins with Chrono arriving with his friend Luca, to watch the Marla's father teleportation device, when incidentally the teleportation gets a light from the Marla pendant, and that sent them back in time to AD 600. Then, after they run from enemies chasing them, they arrive forward in time to AD 2300, where they discover destruction had come to the world on the year AD 1999 by the evil Lavos. The three of them vow to find a way to prevent the destruction of their world by correcting it in time. While vowing to prevent the disaster, they found themselves toured different times: the Middle Ages, the future, the present, the ancient times, and prehistory. In the prehistoric era, they become acquainted with humans and dinosaurs who share the earth. In the Middle Ages they encounter knights and monsters. In the future they become acquainted with robots, and also with destitute humans who struggle to survive. In their journey they found out other figures intend to fight against evil Lavos, and they decide to join as a group to fight against him. Altogether there are 7 characters coming from different periods. Chrono, Marla, and Luca, from AD 1000, a robot, designed to help humans, from the AD 2300s, led the head of the Yucca tribe from 65 million BC, Magus from AD 600, Glenn also from 600 AD, after Magus made him a frog. To that end, they arrive in time to 12,000 BC to face and fight Lavos, but they were defeated by him, which even leads to Chrono's death. It also brings a tsunami that covers most of the world with water. Then they come to an old Sega they met before, Gaspar, and he gives them a device known as the Chrono Trigger, that is able to replace Chrono with a double ghost doll, moments before his death, and by that save him. Then, after they became stronger, they defeat Lavos and saving the future of the world. Philosophical aspect. The origin idea of going back in time is Einstein's theory of relativity. I highly doubt Einstein himself meant it could be possible. However, in my opinion, the fact that this idea ignited our imagination can be explained by philosophical and psychological reasons. Time traveling is also typical of other video games such as The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, whose return time is 7 years, and there are others. What is special in this game is that time travel is through the past and the distant future, and even prehistory. So, the meaning we can try to say for this state of affairs, may be about the humanity in the world in large, with events and questions we acknowledge every generation in the history. As we come to know in the game, the evil creature, Lavos, is the same throughout history. In my opinion, it comes to symbolize the state being of the world, was created as having evil, which suppose be repeated in each generation in one form or another. It is worth noting here a philosophical approach of Manichaism, whereby the world has a constant struggle between the good and the bad, when the world is created as a result of the struggle between the kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of light. What may interest us is the possibility of collaboration between people of different generations and even with a gap of millions years. We may feel that people in the distant past are like other beings of ours, who have other problems than ours, that we cannot understand each other, and certainly we could not cooperate even if we would meet. This is also the case as many unavoidable conflicts happened between different countries cannot cooperate, and this is apparently should be even more between generations with a gap of millions years. On the other hand, if we wonder fundamental questions that we have about the world, such as why we came into the world, what our role is, whether there is a God created it, why there is a world at all, these are questions that should be the same questions in every generation, regardless of the most advanced technology they reach to. With this state of affairs, It must be said, that we feel a destiny in partnership with all people throughout history, as the fundamental questions we share are about the very essence of our being with the world, that can be understood the same by all generation of human being. I have doubt if the creator of the series intended to express this matter in this game series, but it might give some direction to the collaboration we find among all the different generation. The game here, however, focuses on collaborating on the war against evil in the world, an evil that can come in different ways, but by the Manichaism approaches come from one source. We may also wonder why there is evil in the world, which is the question known as the Theodicy. The question of Theodicy is, how possible the good God who creates the world did it in such a way? That is when we suppose him as omnipotence and the ultimate good to create the world with justice and without suffering and disasters. Even so, we feel that in this state of affair we should make the world to exist with justice, and we strive to achieve this through the question of the evil possibility existence continues to plague us. We can say the Chrono Trigger game plot expresses it. We should note that it can be said for any other game plot and movie about good and evil. That is correct, but every creator make the express in his way, and so the creator did this game with a unique way of the all various historical situations we find in the game.